Did you know there's a bird hailed as the royal treasure? The beauty queen of all queens in the animal kingdom? It's the peafowl, a radiant, proud creature immortalized in legend. Behind its dazzling splendor lies an industry worth over 10 million USD each year, where peafowls serve as a primary source of materials for fine crafts, high fashion, and luxury decor. From serene farms, these birds grow up in wide-open spaces, gracefully strolling under the morning sun like dancers draped in velvet robes. Each shimmering feather is nurtured over the years, infused with the essence of natural feed and meticulous care. When they reach their peak brilliance, the feathers are harvested, carefully processed and transformed into exquisite decorative pieces, timeless symbols of beauty and nobility. Today, join Agriculture Insight as we uncover the extraordinary journey of the peafowl, from a majestic bird to a cultural and aesthetic icon. Let's begin. Imagine yourself wandering through lush gardens and vast farms, where sunlight glimmers on the shimmering, gold-like feathers of a bird once inseparably linked with royalty and legend. Welcome to China, the cradle of the dazzling peafowl, where millions are cared for each year. Only about 1% of people in the world know this truth. Those sparkling eyes on a peacock's feathers actually have no color at all. The mesmerizing emerald blues, golden hues, or deep purples don't come from pigments, but from an optical illusion created by microscopic structures within each feather, where light is bent, reflected, and refracted so intricately it deceives even the human eye. If you were to grind a peacock feather into powder, all that brilliance would vanish, revealing only a dull gray-brown dust, seemingly insignificant, yet holding one of nature's most astonishing secrets. Most peafowl are gentle, slow-paced, and vigilant, spending much of their day foraging, preening, and watching their surroundings. But don't think they're just ornamental. When needed, a male peacock can burst into flight to perch high in the trees, chase off predators, and even charge into battle to defend its territory, all while winning the heart of a mate with an unrivaled courtship dance. Peacocks possess a unique reproductive strategy, turning beauty into a weapon of selection. Instead of battling like stags or lions, the males captivate through a visual performance, fanning out their massive tails with hundreds of shimmering blue-green eye spots, gently vibrating them to reflect the light. Peahens closely observe the symmetry, the number of eye spots, the male's gait, tail-shaking display, and even low-frequency sounds that are inaudible to the human ear. Their lekking behavior is especially remarkable. Many males gather together, each claiming a small stage to perform, while the females choose the most impressive individual. Males are polygamous, mating and then leaving, while all nesting, incubating, and chick-rearing duties fall entirely on the peahens. This behavior is more than mere reproductive instinct. It is an evolutionary spectacle, where the victor is not necessarily the strongest, but the one who leaves the deepest impression. About 15 to 30 days after mating, the peahen quietly seeks out a secluded spot under tree canopies or among dense bushes to lay her eggs. In contrast to the peacock's dazzling display, the mother-to-be embodies a quiet, gentle grace. Each breeding season, she lays 3 to 8 eggs, ivory white or slightly yellow, in intervals of 1 to 2 days. Only after completing the clutch does she begin incubating, patiently awaiting each spark of life. In the wild, the peahen typically takes full responsibility for natural incubation. For about 28 to 30 days, she rarely leaves the nest, protecting her clutch with remarkable devotion. Using her body heat and instinctive posture adjustments, she ensures each egg receives consistent warmth, a process that demands nearly absolute patience and care. However, in modern peafowl farms, artificial incubation is often used to improve hatch rates and better control chick quality. After collection, The eggs are placed in specialized incubators, advanced equipment that precisely regulates key factors such as temperature, around 37.5 degrees Celsius, humidity, 55 to 60%, and automatically turns the eggs every 1 to 2 hours. Regular turning is essential, preventing the embryo from sticking to the shell and supporting uniform development inside. Within the thick, sturdy shell, life stirs and cracks begin to appear. Bits of shell fall away, revealing tender eyes gradually learning to take their very first breaths. The peacock struggles to break free from its stone-like cocoon, its tiny body soaked but brimming with vitality. In that fleeting moment, from the silence of the egg, a new rhythm of life emerges, marking the beginning of a long journey across the vast grasslands. From the very first cry of life, the mother peahen shelters her chicks with unwavering devotion. Though she lacks the dazzling plumage of the peacock, she carries a warm cloak of instinctive maternal love, strong enough to protect her fragile brood. As soon as their down feathers dry, the chicks totter after their mother, imitating her every move. How to peck at seeds, listen to the sounds of the forest, and react to danger. Their first meals are guided by the mother's care, from insects, ants, and spiders to tender seeds and wild berries, all vital nutrients that help their bodies grow, bones strengthen, and immunity develop. In a world full of lurking threats, the mother is their living shield. At the slightest unfamiliar sound, her wings spread wide, covering the chicks tucked beneath. Thanks to her protection, each peacock grows day by day, until its survival instincts awaken and it is ready to leave her side, stepping boldly into independence in the wild. From around their second year of life, peafowl begin to transform, revealing clear sexual differences not only in appearance, but also in demeanor. The peacock stands out with his large body and regal gait, but his greatest allure lies in his magnificent tail, adorned with hundreds of iridescent eyes that shimmer like stars. This tail is not merely a biological feature, but a visual masterpiece, a weapon crafted by nature for the courtship dance. In contrast, the peahen embodies characteristic modesty, brownish-gray feathers tinged with deep green, a smaller, more delicate body, and quiet steps. Yet this very simplicity plays a vital role in nesting, incubating, and raising the young. Upon reaching maturity, the peacock is not only beautiful, but also fiercely assertive. He patrols his territory daily, every step and every fan of his tail carrying a message of dominance. His call rings out far and haunting, high-pitched, prolonged, like a living declaration of power. When a rival appears, the peacock does not hesitate. He instantly fans his tail, raises his head high, lets out sharp, piercing cries, and charges at the intruder with wing beats, kicking feet, and an unyielding glare. A contest both dazzling and intense, where beauty and strength merge as one. But to achieve such a majestic appearance, nutrition plays a crucial role. Peafowl must be fed a proper diet to maintain glossy feathers, good health, and a lively spirit. In the wild, they live in small groups, active mainly in the early morning and late afternoon. Their diet is diverse, ranging from seeds, fallen fruits, and insects to small snakes and lizards. They prefer quiet, open areas and remain highly alert. Just a slight sound is enough to send the entire flock soaring into the air. In captivity, peafowl are raised in spacious enclosures, with plenty of trees for perching and shade. Even under farm conditions, caretakers strive to recreate a natural-like environment to prevent stress, since peafowl are sensitive animals that need space and tranquility. The better they are cared for, the more splendid the peacock's tail becomes, growing longer, more vibrant, and sharply defined, like a painting, ready for the next courtship season, when they once again transform into grassland dancers, captivating the entire forest with their mesmerizing displays. Like many other bird species, peafowl have a seasonal molting period, typically occurring from late summer to early autumn, right after the breeding season ends. During this time, the male gradually sheds its long tail feathers, the proud symbol of its beauty, in preparation for the new growth cycle the following year. This is when keepers can naturally collect the feathers without causing any harm to the bird's health or well-being. On average, an adult male peafowl sheds about 100 to 200 tail feathers annually, including both the long central feathers and the shorter outer ones. Harvesting at the right time not only ensures the best feather quality, but also helps prevent excessive feather loss during damp weather, which could lead to chills. Professional breeders usually mark each bird's molting schedule and closely monitor the process for effective and timely collection. In feng shui, peacock feathers are symbols of luck, prosperity, power, and abundance. The round, well-defined eye spots are believed to ward off negative energy and attract positive vibrations. For this reason, peacock feathers are often placed in ceramic vases and displayed in formal or sacred spaces. Today, peacock feathers and their distinctive patterns continue to strongly inspire the fashion world. Many collections, from high-end runways to everyday designs, draw inspiration from the vibrant colors and symmetrical structure of peacock feathers. Beyond clothing, peacock motifs are widely used in hair accessories, hats, scarves, and even makeup designs inspired by the mystical blue-green hues of a peacock's tail. The soft, mysterious, and captivating beauty of peacock feathers makes any design featuring them stand out with artistic flair. From feng shui to fashion and art, peacock feathers are not just natural materials, but vivid symbols of beauty, power, and faith that transcend cultures. Peafowl are no longer found only in dense forests or breeding farms. Nowadays, they also appear in many public spaces, from zoos and ecotourism areas to temple grounds, large parks, and even the sidewalks of quiet, sparsely traveled streets. In these places, they are often released to roam freely in semi-wild environments, strolling leisurely among people like feathered friends. They are unafraid of humans and cause no disturbance, only occasionally letting out a few loud calls that add a lively accent to the surroundings. Peafowl are highly sociable with humans. With their gentle, calm nature and regal appearance, they quickly win the affection of visitors and locals alike. They readily eat food offered by people, from leftover rice and grains to small vegetables, as long as it is clean and not overly salty. This makes caring for them simple and approachable. Regardless of their habitat, peafowl maintain their unique beauty, both wild and familiar. Their very presence can turn an otherwise ordinary space into something poetic and full of life. From their dazzling beauty to their unique behaviors, peafowl are not only symbols of nature, but also living proof of the harmony between humans and the wild. Whether in deep forests, farms, or urban life, they retain their regal charm and symbolic significance. They remind us that true beauty is not only meant to be admired, but also cherished and protected, so that their calls and magnificent tail displays will continue to grace our planet for generations to come. Though just 1/10 the size of a chicken, from the moment they are born, female quails are prepared to lay eggs throughout their lives, fueling a multi-billion-dollar food industry. So do you know how more than 1.4 billion quails are raised, with over 180 billion eggs harvested and processed every year? The extraordinary journey of this tiny superfood begins at modern farms, where quails are hatched, raised, and carefully cared for until the day they are harvested and transported to processing facilities. There, under advanced machinery and the skilled hands of workers, each egg and quail is swiftly handled to ensure peak freshness before reaching consumers. Join Agriculture Insight as we trace the entire path, from delicate hatchlings to delicious meals, and reveal the hidden forces behind the value of this remarkable little bird. China, the undisputed leader in global quail farming, not only operates massive industrial-scale facilities, but also produces over 60% of the world's quail eggs each year, equivalent to around 100 billion eggs. Meanwhile, Japan is the birthplace of the globally renowned Japanese quail, a breed that was selectively developed in the early 20th century. In the wild, quails are vulnerable to predators like hawks, owls, foxes, and snakes, and are often hunted by humans. So it's no surprise that over 95% of them are now raised on industrial farms to meet rising demand. Compared to chicken eggs, quail eggs may be 5 times smaller, but they pack a far greater nutritional punch, containing 2 to 4 times more vitamin B12, iron, and phosphorus by weight, making them a true tiny superfood. Behind this tiny bird lies an industrial empire few have ever seen. But how did quail go from hiding in the wild to fueling high-tech farms and feeding millions every day? Everything begins with the collection of tiny quail eggs, which are brought to the hatchery. Interestingly, due to generations of domestication, mother quails have lost their natural instinct to incubate eggs, so all eggs must be placed in industrial incubators for hatching. These racks are then placed into automated incubators, where the temperature is kept stable at around 99 degrees Fahrenheit, ideal for embryo development. Because each incubation cycle can involve tens of thousands of eggs, modern ventilation systems and humidity sensors play a crucial role in maintaining even airflow, preventing overheating or shell dehydration. Every few hours, the machine gently rotates the eggs to prevent the embryos from sticking to the shells. The process is monitored in real time to optimize hatch rates, which can reach 85 to 90% in well-maintained incubators. If there were a race to see who hatches first, baby quails would reach the finish line before baby chicks even got started, taking just 14 to 17 days to hatch, while chicken eggs need a full 21 days. At this point, workers transfer them to special hatching trays for the final stage. Inside the hatching chamber, the eggs remain for another 3 days. During this time, the eggs begin to twitch slightly before cracking open, revealing tiny, pale yellow chicks, no bigger than a thumb, still wet, with closed eyes and covered in soft, downy feathers. Right after hatching, trays filled with newborn quail chicks are removed from the hatching chamber to begin the sorting process. Skilled workers gently pick up each chick by hand, carefully removing any remaining eggshells to ensure hygiene and safety for these fragile newborns. Thanks to the experience of trained staff, the next critical step is determining the gender of each chick. Female chicks are kept for egg production. Male chicks, on the other hand, have no value in egg production and are typically either transferred to meat farms or culled immediately after sorting to optimize operational costs. An essential part of the quail rearing process is vaccination. After sorting, each chick receives a vaccine to boost its immune system right from the earliest days, a period when they are especially vulnerable. After vaccination, the chicks are carefully placed into ventilated plastic crates. These crates are then transported to quarantine areas or rearing facilities, where the quails begin their journey to adulthood in a strictly controlled environment. Next, the quail chicks are placed into brooding enclosures, where they are cared for in a way similar to baby chicks, but with much greater precision in 3 critical areas. First, quail chicks are extremely sensitive to cold, so they are raised in enclosed brooding pens with a thick layer of rice husk or bedding material on the floor to retain warmth and absorb moisture. In addition, red heat lamps are kept on continuously, not only to maintain a stable temperature, but also to create a soft, calming light that soothes the chicks, reduces stress, and helps prevent pecking behavior, which is common in high-density brooding. Using blue light, on the other hand, would overstimulate their activity and fail to provide sufficient heat during this critical stage. The final key factor is nutrition. Quail chicks are fed multiple times a day, usually 3 to 4 times, with finely ground, starch-rich, and easily digestible feed. Circular feeders are placed throughout the brooding area and are kept full at all times, allowing the chicks easy access to food no matter where they are in the enclosure. Under this meticulous care during brooding, the chicks quickly develop strength and resilience, preparing them for the next big leap in the journey ahead. After just 5 to 6 weeks, young quails grow rapidly and enter the pre-laying stage, preparing for the most critical and central phase of their entire production cycle, egg laying. If noisy characters like roosters often give us a headache, then quails are their polar opposites, shy, quiet, and silently creating value in the background. As they reach maturity, quails are moved into specially designed cages, which are far more compact than those used for larger poultry like pigeons. Stocking density is also adjusted, from around 100 birds per cage during the brooding stage down to 50 in adulthood. These cages are arranged in long rows stretching dozens of meters, stacked in multiple tiers, all to maximize space and streamline feeding, egg collection, and flock management. Inside each rear compartment, dozens of quails are kept in relatively tight quarters, with no room to fly or move freely as before, all focused on a single purpose: laying eggs regularly, consistently, and at maximum efficiency. Because quails are tasked with producing and laying eggs every day, their diet during this stage is especially important. They are fed a finely ground mixture consisting of crushed grains, wheat bran, minerals, trace elements, and a small amount of reproductive supplements to maintain reproductive health and ensure continuous, efficient egg production. This nutrient-rich feed mixture is poured into a high-capacity industrial mixer where it is continuously stirred until it becomes a smooth, homogeneous blend, perfect for distribution to the housing units. Once mixing is complete, the feed is discharged into large hoppers positioned at the head of each cage row. As soon as the motors are activated, a system of gears and screw conveyors springs into action, transferring the feed from the main hopper into distribution pipes. From there, the feed flows along metal troughs and is evenly delivered to each cage compartment, where hundreds of eager quails await. The feed continues to move steadily along conveyor belts that stretch the length of each cage row, ensuring that every group of birds has access to a consistent food supply. An adult egg-laying quail typically consumes between 20 to 25 grams of feed per day. This amount is carefully calculated to support regular egg production and maintain consistent quality. Alongside feeding, fresh water is continuously supplied through a network of pipes and automatic drinkers installed along each row of cages. Rapid growth, high egg production, low feed intake, and ease of care mean that growth hormones are unnecessary, making quails an ideal choice for the modern food industry, where producers can minimize costs while consumers pay just around 2 cents for a nutrient-rich quail egg. With all these advantages, is it any surprise that quails are becoming a staple in modern farming? After several weeks of careful care, the first quail eggs begin to appear, their shells speckled with dark brown spots, as if randomly hand-painted, giving them the unmistakable beauty unique to this species. The eggs gently roll into collection trays, thanks to the sloped floor design of the cages. These trays are securely fixed at the cage edges to prevent the eggs from falling out or cracking due to impact. From here, the eggs continue their journey on an automatic conveyor belt that runs the length of the entire facility. The conveyor moves at a slow, steady pace to minimize vibration and reduce the risk of damage during transport. Thanks to this fully automated system, thousands of eggs can be collected and handled each day without requiring direct human intervention. On average, each laying quail can steadily produce 1 to 2 eggs per day, totaling around 250 to 300 eggs per year. If you own a mega farm with a typical scale in China of 100,000 laying quails, the total annual output could reach 25 to 30 million eggs. But how are these tiny eggs collected without breaking a single shell? In the next stage of their journey, the eggs are transferred onto a long, fully automated conveyor system designed to minimize collisions. This conveyor is made up of rollers or soft plastic rods arranged in parallel with evenly spaced gaps, allowing the eggs to roll gently without shifting off track. With precisely calibrated tilt and vibration, the system keeps the eggs advancing smoothly without the need for human intervention. This system plays a vital role in the production chain, optimizing egg collection before the next steps of sorting and packaging begin. Throughout the egg-laying period, quails also produce a large amount of waste that quickly accumulates beneath the cage floors. To maintain hygiene and control odors, an automatic manure conveyor system is periodically activated, efficiently clearing out all waste from the housing area. Once collected, the manure is transported to a dedicated processing zone, where it is piled into large heaps for composting, an eco-friendly recycling solution that transforms waste into valuable organic fertilizer. Back to our tiny eggs. Once the automated collection process ends, the quail eggs are delivered to the processing area of the factory. Here, workers stand on both sides of the conveyor belt, ensuring the eggs are evenly distributed to prevent piling or collisions. At the same time, they perform a preliminary sorting based on size and shell color. Every movement must be quick yet extremely gentle to maintain productivity without cracking the delicate eggs. After the preliminary sorting, the eggs move through an automatic washing machine. Here, they gently roll over rotating rollers designed to keep them stable as they pass through a system of high-speed spinning brushes. These brushes are made from special soft fibers and work in combination with strong air jets to remove dirt, manure residue, or shell fragments clinging to the surface. Thanks to the smooth, continuous motion, each egg comes into contact with all the necessary cleaning points without cracking. During this process, the eggs are also neatly aligned in rows, making it easier for quality control and the following packaging stage. After being thoroughly cleaned, the eggs continue their journey to the manual sorting area. With swift and precise movements, they remove any eggs that are cracked, misshapen, or fail to meet the standards for color and size. This step is crucial to ensure that only the highest quality eggs move on to the next critical stage of processing. Finally, After passing through inspection and cleaning, the quail eggs are delivered to a modern automatic packaging machine. Neatly aligned rows of eggs move into positioning slots precisely designed to fit the standard egg size, ready for the final packing stage. In this last step, a gentle pushing mechanism slides each egg into metal trays positioned below. Each tray is pre-aligned on the conveyor and labeled with barcodes and traceability information. Once the correct number of eggs is placed, an automatic lid seals the tray to ensure safety during transportation. This system can handle thousands of eggs per hour, optimizing time and significantly reducing labor costs. After sealing, the trays are carried via conveyor to the final packing station, where they are carefully loaded into cardboard boxes or large plastic containers, ready for distribution to the market. In addition to packaging fresh eggs, some quail eggs are pre-cooked through an industrial boiling process. Boiled quail eggs are highly favored for street food and ready-to-eat snacks in many Asian countries. The eggs are cooked in specialized tanks at temperatures ranging from 95 to 100 degrees Celsius for about 8 to 10 minutes, ensuring they are fully cooked while preserving their freshness and distinctive flavor. After boiling, the eggs are transferred to an automatic shelling machine. They roll along rotating shafts while passing through a system of thin blades and water jets, which crack and peel the shells off completely without damaging the delicate egg whites. Once shelled, the eggs exit the machine almost perfectly intact, soft, whole, and ready for final inspection. After being thoroughly cleaned and passing quality inspection, the peeled quail eggs are transferred to the automatic packaging system. Here, the machine portions the eggs according to preset quantities and begins packing them into bags or jars. Workers carefully place each peeled egg into plastic or glass jars, then fill them with brine or a preservation solution to keep the eggs fresh. Finally, each jar is labeled with complete information, including product name, barcode, and production date, before being sent out for distribution. Continuing the journey, we arrive at the quail meat processing area in the factory. The plucked quails are placed into large water trays in preparation for the next cleaning step. Workers rinse the birds thoroughly with running water to remove blood, fine feathers, and any remaining debris on the skin. Next, the quails are hung onto hooks along an automated processing line. Here, staff inspect each bird for skin color, meat firmness, and surface temperature to ensure that every quail meets hygiene and food safety standards. The quail meat is then moved to the sorting area, where any unusable parts are removed. Depending on market demand, the meat is divided into whole birds, breasts, or wings. Each portion is packed into specialized vacuum-sealed bags to extend shelf life and maintain freshness. Finally, each package is labeled with the product name, barcode, and production date before being placed into cold storage, ready for distribution. Quail meat is often used to prepare roasted quail, a highly prized dish known for its rich flavor and tender, juicy texture. Tiny yet mighty, the quail proves that small scale doesn't mean small impact. In the world of modern food production, efficiency truly comes feathered. Did you know that the world harvests up to 2.5 million tons of bamboo shoots every year, enough to fill over 1,000 Olympic swimming pools with fresh, plump shoots? Beneath the canopy of mature bamboo, these seemingly fragile sprouts hold an incredible vitality, becoming a golden ingredient in a multi-billion-dollar food industry. This extraordinary journey begins deep in lush bamboo forests, where the shoots are meticulously hand-harvested by skilled farmers, then transported to modern processing factories. Here, under the combined force of high-tech machinery and human craftsmanship, raw bamboo shoots are gradually transformed into crisp slices or sterilized and canned for export across the globe. Today, join Agriculture Insight as we uncover the fascinating journey of these young bamboo shoots, from ancient forests to modern processing plants, through a series of surprising transformations. All will be revealed in this video. Imagine getting lost in a lush bamboo forest, where the wind rustles through the towering leaves, creating a gentle symphony between earth and sky, blending seamlessly with the vibrant rhythm of nature. Welcome to China, the bamboo shoot capital of the world, producing up to 80% of the global supply, with endless stretches of bamboo groves that seem to have no end. But that's not all. Bamboo shoots are also the fastest growing plant on Earth. Under ideal conditions, a single shoot can grow up to 1 to 3 feet per day, so fast that you can actually witness it rising with the naked eye, as if nature were fast-forwarding life itself within a matter of hours. With just 100 grams of bamboo shoots, you get a green gift packed with under 20 kcal, yet rich in fiber, potassium, vitamin B6, and phytosterols, golden compounds known to lower cholesterol and support heart health. Virtually fat-free and loaded with antioxidants, bamboo shoots are quickly emerging as a superfood sought after around the world. And like every story, this one has a beginning. For bamboo shoots, that journey starts deep in dense forests, where young sprouts quietly push through the soil, waiting for the hands of humans to harvest them. For farmers, harvesting bamboo shoots is not just a task, it's a delicate art form. For young bamboo shoots with soft stems that grow close to the ground, farmers can harvest them entirely by hand. When they spot a shoot peeking through the soil, they approach, grip the base firmly, and snap it off with a quick motion, angled or sideways. This method is quick, simple, and especially effective when scouting the terrain or inspecting individual bamboo clusters. However, not all shoots are that easy to collect. In some bamboo varieties, the shoots grow deep beneath the surface, hidden in loose soil, with no visible sign above ground. In these cases, farmers must learn to read the language of the earth. Tiny surface cracks, subtle mounds, or a soft spot underfoot signal that a shoot is quietly pushing upward from below. As for the shoots that have already emerged but whose bases are firmly anchored deep into tough, aged bamboo roots, harvesting by hand is nearly impossible. At that point, farmers turn to tools like small hoes or curved machetes, adjusting their method based on terrain and soil density. They aim to strike just once, deep and precisely enough to loosen the base without damaging the tender shoot. Afterward, the bamboo shoot is trimmed, with its thick outer layers and woody base peeled away, protective sheaths that serve their role throughout the shoot's journey underground. What remains is the tender white core, crisp, sweet, and faintly earthy. This is the prized portion destined for consumption or processing. This trimming is often done on-site to reduce weight during transport and ensure the shoots remain fresh and crunchy all the way to the factory. Before following these bamboo shoots into modern processing plants, let's make a quick stop at the asparagus fields, another type of green gift from the earth. Like bamboo, asparagus rises from underground, but with a much lighter, more elegant form. While harvesting bamboo requires strength, skill, and an intimate knowledge of the land, asparagus is astonishingly simple. Observe its height, gently snap it by hand, or slide a thin knife near the base, and the stalk is yours. A long row can be harvested in minutes, clean, quick, and without ever needing to lift a hoe. Harvesting bamboo shoots is already a demanding task, but the processing that follows requires just as much precision and care. Once the bamboo shoots arrive at the factory, they are unloaded and placed onto a feeding conveyor. which automatically transports them to the washing system with minimal manual labor. Here, the shoots are poured into an automated cleaning tank, where high-pressure water jets spray from multiple angles, washing away soil and debris clinging to the surface. A rotating shaft system gently turns the shoots to ensure every side is thoroughly rinsed, effectively removing dirt and the fibrous outer layer. Fresh bamboo shoots can begin to ferment within just a few hours if not properly cleaned and drained in time. This process causes discoloration, off odors, and rapidly degrades their quality. That's why the washing system is always placed at the very start of the processing line, to stop biological changes from the very first minute. Next, the bamboo shoots are transferred by conveyor into pre-prepared metal cages. These cages are then placed into hot water tanks maintained at around 190 to 200 degrees Celsius. The blanching process softens the shoots, helps preserve their natural flavor, and makes peeling easier. Once blanching is complete, the cages are removed and the shoots are emptied into large trays, where they are spread out and either air-cooled or soaked in cold water, all in preparation for the next step, peeling. During the bamboo shoot peeling process, workers play a crucial role in ensuring both efficiency and precision. They work alongside automated peeling machines, equipped with specially designed rotating shafts. The peeling machine features a large metal roller with spiral grooves that generate friction to strip away the outer layer of the bamboo shoot. As the shaft spins at high speed, it scrapes off the peel when the shoot comes into contact with its rough surface. A conveyor belt underneath helps move the shoots in and out of the peeling zone, keeping the process continuous and efficient. The worker's task is to guide each bamboo shoot into the rotating shaft, making sure the tip is properly aligned to meet the cutting edges or spiral ridges. Once in contact, the machine's strong rotating force mimics a top-down peeling motion, quickly and cleanly removing the soft outer layers. After coming out of the peeling machine, bamboo shoots are still far from finished. Thin layers of skin, fibrous strands, or tough sections near the base often remain, areas that machines can't fully clean. This is where the manual fine trimming process begins. With a small, sharp but flexible knife, workers carefully trim each bamboo shoot, a task repeated thousands of times per shift, requiring unwavering focus. At the packaging station, workers use electronic scales to divide the bamboo shoots so that each bag has a consistent weight, usually ranging from 200 grams to 500 grams. Once portioned, the shoots are placed into specialized plastic bags and transferred to a vacuum sealing machine. This system removes all the air inside the bag and then heat seals the opening. As a result, the bamboo shoots are preserved in an airtight environment, maintaining their crisp texture, vibrant color, and extending shelf life for several weeks, all without the need for preservatives. In addition to fresh bamboo shoots, fermented canned bamboo shoots are also a popular product favored by many consumers. After sorting, the shoots are neatly arranged into large industrial steaming vats, ready to undergo a critical stage that transforms them into a shelf-stable, canned product. Soaking the shoots in water is a refined technical step. The water helps mellow the naturally pungent taste of raw bamboo, resulting in a milder, more pleasant final flavor. It also stabilizes moisture levels inside the shoots, preventing them from cracking, breaking, or cooking unevenly when exposed to sudden high temperatures. Once the shoots have absorbed enough water, the entire vat is covered with a flexible plastic sheet to create a sealed environment that traps steam and heat. These vats are then placed into massive industrial steamers where pressure and temperature are tightly controlled. Over the course of 30 to 60 minutes, the bamboo shoots are steamed at temperatures ranging from 120 degrees Celsius, 212 degrees. This is the ideal range to eliminate harmful bacteria while preserving the shoot's natural crunch, a texture that consumers highly appreciate. Thanks to the evenly circulating hot steam, the shoots cook uniformly from the inside out and have their bright color locked in, ensuring they remain visually appealing by the time they reach the end consumer. Once fully cooked, the vats are opened and the shoots are left to cool naturally, avoiding thermal shock that could cause softening or structural damage. From here, each can is then filled with a light brine solution for preservation. Finally, the lids are heat sealed using an automatic press, creating a completely airtight environment that allows the bamboo shoots to retain their natural flavor for several months without any added preservatives. At the end of the line, the finished cans are carefully stacked in a cool storage area, awaiting shipment, ready to appear on dining tables everywhere, from cozy home-cooked meals to gourmet canned goods destined for export markets around the world. But have you ever wondered how bamboo shoots are formed? The answer lies in the strong, healthy mother bamboo plants, nurtured with the hands and rich experience of dedicated farmers. Bamboo is primarily propagated through branch cuttings. The cuttings are selected from healthy mother bamboo plants, free from pests and diseases, and typically between 2 to 5 years old. After selecting a suitable branch, farmers proceed to girdle the bark in a 2 to 3 centimeters wide ring and scrape off the cambium layer to inhibit upward nutrient flow. The exposed section is then wrapped with a moist mixture of loose soil and sawdust or decomposed straw, maintaining a humidity level of 60 to 70%. Finally, the soil ball is tightly wrapped with plastic and secured at both ends with string to retain moisture and promote faster, stronger root development. After about 30 to 45 days, roots will begin to emerge and develop. During this stage, it's important to regularly check the soil ball to ensure the moisture level is neither too dry nor too wet. Once the roots reach a length of about 3 to 5 centimeters and turn an ivory white color, the branch is ready to be separated from the mother plant. Once the rooted branch is ready, it is carefully cut from the mother plant using sharp pruning shears to avoid damaging the roots. The cut end is then dipped into a rooting hormone solution to promote stronger growth. Next, a planting bag is prepared by mixing loamy soil with well-decomposed manure and organic humus in a 2:1:1 ratio. The rooted cutting is gently placed into the soil bag and covered lightly to avoid injuring the delicate roots. After being placed in the soil bag, the young bamboo plant should be kept in a shaded, well-ventilated area for the first 2 to 3 weeks to avoid direct sunlight. Daily watering is necessary to maintain moisture, but care must be taken not to overwater, which can lead to root rot. After 1 to 2 months, once the seedling has stabilized and shows healthy growth, it can be transplanted into the garden soil. Proper care during this early stage helps the plant gradually adapt to its environment and significantly boosts its growth potential once planted in open ground. After transplanting, young bamboo plants require several years of steady growth before they can produce edible shoots. Typically, it takes 3 to 5 years for a bamboo plant to mature enough to yield bamboo shoots, those tender, nutrient-rich sprouts prized in many cuisines. However, this timeline can shift depending on factors like cultivation methods, soil fertility, climate conditions, and the bamboo variety. These shoots usually break through the soil in spring or during warm, humid spells, when optimal moisture and temperature awaken the dormant energy within the rhizomes, sending up a vibrant green spear from underground.